What's up, guys? This your boy Dre Codes or Dre the Dev. Haven't figured out what I wanted to call myself. Yeah, I'm a junior developer. Wanted to show you guys a couple tips on how I learned algorithms and how I got confident with programming in JavaScript. So I'm just gonna go over my little journey here. With first, I began with Freakocount. Oh wow, this looks really different here. I remember when I first signed up for this. This was old school, but now they spruced it up. That's all right. All right, but yeah, I'm just gonna go here to the catalog. What you want to do is just learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So you want to do this one and this one. Do you do the introduction? Here, this is the one you want to do. Yeah, just do the little introduction. Learn the syntax. It's free. You can also do it at Freecodecamp. I think Freecodecamp, once you just do a couple lessons on Codecademy. Codecademy really holds your hand, but Freecodecamp, they kind of hold your hand too, but you can spread your wings a little bit. Think for yourself. Let me see what kind of curriculum. Yeah, so they have the HTML5, CSS3. So as far as programming goes for JavaScript, what you want to do to get to the next level of programming, when you learn all the syntax and all that, you just want to learn when you learn all your functions, your data structures and all that, you want to do basic algorithms. They have the basic algorithm scripting, and they have the intermediate. I think they had an advanced one, but I don't know what they did with that one. But what I did was I completed all this, and then I did the basic algorithm scripting a while back. Completed all these, and I completed all the intermediate ones too. So this really gets your mind going on how to program with JavaScript. I also did another one too before Freecodecamp. I found one called what was it called? CoderByte. Let me see if they're still around. This was years ago, guys. So, they spruced up their website too. Pretty nice, but let me see which ones did I do? Interview prep. Dang, they got all this stuff. Learning. Code challenges. Okay, so yeah, they just had code challenges back then. And algorithms here. So the challenges. So you want the longest word? What is this? Oh, so they have free challenges, and I guess they have paid challenges. Oh, let me go back. Easy difficulty, and then they have a bunch here. Medium. So I mean, you don't have to complete all of these and nothing like that. I think they charge now. Back then when I do it was free, but that's what Freecodecamp for. It's free. So just do the intermediate algorithm scripting and do the basic algorithm scripting, and it'll get your mind going on. Okay, after the Freecodecamp classic phrase, I did Freecodecamp. Now what? This is what you do. You do algorithms. Let me see if I could just solve a basic algorithm for you guys. Let me do this one here. So we're gonna reverse the string. So another thing I would do is, okay, you have no idea how to do this. You're like, okay, what do I do? Well, you want to pull up the documentation. Pull up the documentation. Some people, I used to use Mozilla Developers Network. Developers and MDN. Just type in MDN, and you'll pull up. Hold on. Yeah, you pull up the main site. You can go to reference guides here, and let me see if I can find the JavaScript section here. Yeah, here we go. There's the JavaScript section at reference. Builtin Objects. Yeah, so the built-in objects, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to pull up, because this is going to show you all the functions that JavaScript has that you can do to solve an algorithm. So if you want to, or solve a problem. So if you want to know, yeah, let me see. We got array, so we can just look at the array functions. I usually, and yeah, you just keep this open, and then also let me show you another one I like to use, which is actually better than MDN. But yeah, I swore by MDN because they have everything for JavaScript. So if you're trying to learn JavaScript, you also might want to pull up devdocs.io. And what you can do with here is you can just type in JavaScript. Well, they have it right there on the site already, but you can type in whatever and it'll pull it up for you, and you can search the functions here. What you want to do, say you want to solve something with the object, here are all the built-in object methods. You need to solve some math. There they go. You got let me see. You need some help with arrays. They have everything, you know, all the descriptions, all the information you need here to use, you know, figure out how you want to use that method in your algorithm. So I would keep one of these two. I like to use DevDocs because it's easier and it has everything in one place. You have CSS, info, DOM, Angular, you know, whatever you want to activate here, Backbone, Babel, or Babel, however you want to say it, React, I'm sure. They have all the libraries here if you want to get information off them in one convenient, nice little convenient place. So this is what I keep open, you know, regularly when I need to reference something. And then say you want to solve this, so we'll just follow the directions here. Let's solve a basic algorithm. What you want to do, it gives you the instructions. Reverse the provided string. You may need to turn the string into an array before you can reverse it. Your result must be a string. Remember to use read search as if you get stuck. Write your own code. Also, Google is another good thing to do. If you want to just Google how to do something, just Google it. It's so easy. You know, you're learning the code, so you're gonna learn how to research. And Stack Overflow is gonna be another good resource for you, because I get a lot of help from there too. Just be careful when you're asking questions, because those guys over there are pretty sensitive for some reason. I don't know why. I remember I asked a question one time and it felt like I got, like, people just went off on me for putting in, or because somebody asked it already, and I of course I'll search on there and see if there's already an answer on it, but it didn't really pertain to me or help me out, so I asked, and you know, they shut my question down real quick. I was kind of pissed off, so I'll never ask questions on there. I just research them. They pretty much have every answer on there anyway, so by now especially. So yeah, so here, let's just do this algorithm. I'll show you how I'll solve it. And you know, when I first started doing algorithms, I would just, you know, you got your data. I read an article and they said, if you know, just try to solve everything with arrays. So that's what I did, and I got really good at arrays. And then sometimes, you know, you come to an algorithm where you might need to use an object, and it was easy to do the object because I had a process of how I would solve it with an array. And it's pretty much the same thing. And then once you you know, you get your thinking process down on how you're going to solve it, you become better and better at it. So let me show you how I actually do this. I'm sorry for rambling on, but I just need to get my point across. Alright, so we're gonna reverse this string here. So alright guys, so the first thing you might want to do is make sure you understand the instructions. So we need to reverse the provided string. So the string is going to be this parameter here, str here. You may need to turn the string into an array, so we're going to turn the string into an array. We need to reverse it, reverse the array, and we need to turn array back to a string, and we're going to return the string. And that should, those steps right there should reverse the string. So kind of like, you don't have to, sometimes I don't even plan it out, but you want to have a way, you want to have a, like, kind of like a little roadmap of where you're going. It just helps out a little bit, okay? So, turn the string into an array. So let's see if we can find a string. So, you know, you want to pull up strings in dev.io, and you want to see if there's already a method that JavaScript provides that will turn the string into an array. And just from experience, I know that it's going to be string.split. The split method splits a string object into an array of strings by separating the strings into substrings using a specified separator string to determine where to make each split. Probably don't make any, you know, all the sense to you right now, but we know that it turns a string object into an array. You know, that's like the first step we need, okay? So we have the syntax here. There's your string dot split, then you have the separator here. So if an empty string is used as a separator, the string is split between each character. Okay, so yeah, just this first section here, we're not even going to read all this stuff. I mean, this stuff is there to help you if you shall need it, but let's just try something here. Also, I don't like to use the Freakocount editor to test my code. I only like it to put the answer in there and then run it. So let me just go over here to repl.it, repl it. This is what I use because you have your JavaScript. You can enter JavaScript here and it'll bust it out in the console here. So let me just copy that here. I also added this line here, console. So we already have the split. I was messing with it earlier, guys. So what we're going to do is take the parameter. Actually, yeah, we'll just leave it like that. I already had it here. So return string.split. Right. It's in an array. So let's put those quotes in there. Since we turned it into an array. Let's see what happens now. Boom. So now each letter is in the list. So it split it up. That's kind of what we want, but wanted at first. Now the next step, so we can't have that down. Now we want to reverse the array. So let's go back to dev docs. See if there's anything that since we're now dealing with an array. I'm sorry, guys. All right. Yeah, that's where I want to go. We're now dealing with an array now. So let's see if we can go to the array section and find something that will reverse the array. What do you know? Well, array.reverse. Here we go. Okay. So we're just gonna go back. .reverse. This is called chaining. So I can put that on there because this is an array now. After this method, this becomes an array, and I can use this array method on here. So let's see what happens. It reversed it. Ooh la la. All right. So now after that reversal, we want to turn this back into a string. So let's go back to our dev docs here and see if we could find the method to turn turn an array into a string. You might have to go through every single one of these and read them and see what they do. I mean, that's what I did. You guys got to learn this stuff. We're developers, so don't be lazy. You know, you might find something that'll make your life a whole lot easier instead of just coding it all from scratch with if statements and whatever. But here's the join method. The join method joins all elements of an array into a string and returns a string. Perfect. That's what we need. So we're going to use join. Just going to throw on join to that. And see what happens. Boom. Ole. So what I can do is, now that I think it works, so what we did essentially is turn the string into an array. You take the string, you split it, that turns it into an array. Then we're gonna reverse the array. Boom. This is where the part that we will reverse the array. Then we're gonna turn the array back into a string with the join method, and then we're gonna return the string, and it's already this return statement here. So we just did this whole. We solved this whole problem with one line of code, basically. And now I'm just going to copy, paste it, put it in my Freakocount editor, run it and see if it works. Let me see. Should return a hello reverse string? Should return a string? Should become always. Reverse string howdy should become that. Reverse string greetings from merch. So what happened? Why didn't it work? I only got one test to pass. I don't want to do that. Alright, so maybe I got them wrong. Here, let me try something here. I want to test these. Put them in our repo editor. And I'm gonna comment this one out. Comment this one out. Comment this one out. See if this one works. Oh, I know what happened. Comment that out too. Because the JavaScript interpreter is not picking that up. Alright, so now we're going to run again. Oh, I know why. It's because they have the, I didn't notice before, but it has the commas in. So we're gonna try and take those out. Let me see if we add there we go. So I didn't read all of the doc, I just put join, but it looks like if you put the separator, goes into parentheses, and then it gives you a rundown right here how the separator would work. So if you do join without any separator or without any arguments, then it will pull up or put an output like this with the commas. If you put the single quotes or double quotes, it'll join it like a regular string. So forgot to do that. So we go back here, so that should work. So we're gonna go back here and put those there. Run the test again. Booyah. And there you are. And then that's how, that's how I solve algorithms. I did them one by one. And then, as you go through it, you'll have to use different data structures, and you just do it little by little. You look up the documentation, see if you could, figure it out that way. If not, then you go to good old Google. How to reverse a string in JavaScript. See what pops up. Good old Stack Overflow. They always have some good answers and stuff. You can see how many people upvoted it, and then they have a bunch of other this ones, and that's how you know it's a good one, because a lot of people upvoted it. You can go down. They have a lot of other answers here that might help, better solutions or solutions that might be more convenient for you. You can read the comments here. How do you reverse a string in place in JavaScript when passed to a function with a return statement, or without using the built-in functions? He doesn't want to, so he asked it. He doesn't want to use reverse or character at. But yeah, we pretty much did this exact same line. All right. And you can just Just take that, modify it, boom. As long as you understand what it does. I mean, if you were to just type it in Google and not even use DevDocs, if you were just type it in Google and you come here for the answer, you just copy and paste, that's not really doing you any justice. You want to actually know what each of these methods is doing, so you can, get your mind working and you can get more fluent and comfortable with JavaScript or whatever programming language you're using. So Stack Overflow is really good. They pretty much have every question asked and answered on there that you may need for learning web development. Okay, and that's pretty much my process on how I break down algorithms, which even though this is a really simple one, but yeah, that's a starting point, how to break down algorithms, how to look up documentation, how to Google. My favorite websites for documentation are devdocs.io. I'll try to put that in the description. And this site I use to solve JavaScript algorithms, I like it a lot. It's called repl.it, repl.it. And yeah, see you guys next time, and have a nice night.